Remy sent him graphic videos of herself after she had been unfaithful to him for months with Easy the Block Captain, Papooses' protege. Although she honestly thought those films would make him leave Claressa Shields, he was not impressed, and now Claressa is exposing her as desperate and thirsty. Even though Remy is aware that it's too late and that she made a grave error by leaving Papoose, she is still sending him recordings of herself that he never even requested. What a pain in the ass. It's time to get to the point. Remy feels under pressure to be everything that Claressa isn't and most likely never will be, which is why she is acting in this manner. Claressa, however, isn't having any of it. Although she is telling Remy that she is not the person to play with, what is Remy's ultimate goal? After he moved on with Claressa, why is she so determined to steal this man? Remember that one of the biggest names in boxing is Claressa Shields, a professional boxer and 5-division world champion. In contrast, Remy failed as a rapper, was dragged by Nicki Minaj, was imprisoned, and then bungled Papoose by cheating with, of all people, Easy the Block Captain, and let's face it, while her life was falling apart, Papoose was the only person who supported her. She most likely believed he would never go, but she was given a nasty reality check when he eventually upgraded and moved on. But it's hardly shocking that Remy believed Papoose would stay if you give it some serious thought. He risked his freedom to try to use a skeleton key to break her out of jail because he was willing to ride or die for her. And you know what? As a result, he was prohibited from seeing her for 6 months. He might have had a far worse situation if it weren't for his best lawyers. If that wasn't enough evidence of his devotion, let's not forget that he married her over the phone while she was still incarcerated. He remained faithful. He was never unfaithful. However, Remy, she assumed everything. What's the most absurd aspect? In fact, she thought he would continue to wait for her, pleading for her love, but he had already gone on. His rapid recovery, particularly with someone as well-known as Claressa Shields, astounded many. While Remy was imprisoned, he had every chance to do as he pleased, but he remained faithful. How did she pay him back? By cheating with one of his own homeboys, not just anybody. Although he leveled up well beyond Remy, Papoose is currently leading a tranquil life. And Remy went totally crazy when she learned. Claressa is the epitome of perfection, young, successful, affluent, and beautiful. She is at the top of her game, unlike Remy. And let's face it, Easy is the only option for Remy. If I were her, I would also be incensed. In order to brag that Papoose could never do better, she assumed he would wind up with someone beneath her. But he did, and she was unable to cope. She even attempted to create a stir online in December by sharing screenshots of Papoose and Claressa together in her home when he was sleeping. She wrote, "Papoose is lying in my house, dumb asleep on the phone with Claressa Shields, and he won't go. When she heard my voice, this ****, who was supposed to be the world boxing champion, became frightened and hung up. I'm telling you everything now. Oh, and you're not alone, darling girl. ***. You already know that Claressa clapped back when she saw this. You're tagging me with a man who has a girlfriend named Remy Ma, but why in the world? What's your point if I'm not the only one?" Remy retaliated by releasing further screenshots of Claressa ordering Papoose to stop mentioning her since it was negative publicity for her upcoming December 25 film. It appears that Remy was jealous and purposefully attempted to disrupt the release of Claressa's future movie. She was aware that the publicity team had been making Papoose seem like a saint every day by disseminating untrue information about her. I pleaded with Papoose to stop the gossip, but he said that the best course of action was to remain silent. I've moved on from it. According to him, I would never have asterisked you because you're ugly. Don't worry though, I witnessed everything, and the world will shortly as well. Where was Papoose during Remy's attempt to make Claressa look bad, you ask? He wasn't keeping quiet either. On Christmas Day, no less, he got on Instagram and exposed Remy for cheating on him with Easy when she ought to have been with her kids. In addition, Remy spent last Christmas at home with my daughter. She is angry now that I've moved on and is lying. She has a narcissistic personality. I even suggested that we get a divorce like grown-ups, but she refused. Why? Since she refused to acknowledge that I had knocked that clown out. Her mails pleading with me to fabricate the knockout are still in my possession. But since he didn't throw a single punch, it doesn't really matter. He was curled up in the fetal position when I last saw him. It was seen by all. Let's be honest, he had an affair with my wife. Therefore, I didn't knock him out. He shook my hand, then turned around and did it, so I punched him out. Clarissa's ex-boyfriend, whom she broke up with, even rushed in to support her. "When I hit Remy ma, y'all better not come for me," he wrote on Facebook, threatening to touch Remy. When the ex-boyfriend comes out here defending his ex-girlfriend in a fight that doesn't even include him, you know things are messed up. Remy appeared to distance himself from Papoose and Claressa after all of this, but it was short-lived. Claressa even acknowledged her great love for Papoose as the couple began to appear everywhere together.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I love him. I love having his support, you know what I'm saying? His support is like very, very different from what I've had in the past, and how he speaks to me and stuff is very different. There we go. We deserve each other. Like, I want to keep him all to myself.
New rumors indicate that Papoose may be preparing to put a ring on Claressa's finger, as if that weren't enough. Naturally, Remy was upset by this information and started acting out right away again. In an effort to worm her way back into Papoose's life, she allegedly sent him obscene films and pictures. I'm not sure what behavior is toxic if this isn't it. People have their own opinions, as usual. Since it is legal to split for a year, Remy is well aware that Papoose is in a committed relationship, according to one person. Yet here she is, performing such antics. Fortunately, Papoose isn't buying it, and Remy suddenly appears more desperate than before. What precisely is Remy attempting to show, though, given that her own boy has previously asserted that he has been with her for at least 2 years? Papoose, however, took a methodical and cautious approach, and let's face it, he has clearly been blessed by God. Some even said that Remy fumbled a decent black man, which was the cherry on top. And to be honest, they may be correct. I'd like to know what you think of Remy attempting to woo Papoose after cheating on him. After all this drama, do you think Papoose will truly accept her back? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Before you leave, check here to see how this chaotic situation develops further. Trust me, it gets more bizarre. Remy's actions would have turned off most ladies. Therefore, Papoose needed to find a woman like Claressa.